What's up, guys? What's going on? Okay. Okay. All right. Let me know when y'all can hear me. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you guys. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. A lot has happened since we've last been live. Let me tell you that much. All right. Should be able to see me. A small version of me right now. What's good? What's up, Seth? How's it going, man? All right. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a few minutes. So it really shouldn't take too long. I want to just go ahead and share this again. All right, we are live. So, before I kick things off here, guys, let me know what's on your mind. Charts, setups, just as a trader in your journey, what are your thoughts? How's it going? How have the last few weeks been? Last couple months, are you guys killing it? Are you struggling? Any answers any clarity you need right now? Let me know. Talk to me, fam. Talk to me. Let's go. You got a couple ideas, David? Yeah, let me know. Let me know, man. Let me know. Where's everyone else plugging in from? I see Puerto Rico, Utah. David, where are you from, man? Argentina? Caught a nice oil play last Thursday. Oil has been going crazy. Oh my goodness. What a rampage. I've loved it. I'm holding a very small position for the last, I think 10 days or so. San Juan, Argentina. What's up, Texas? Puerto Rico. Let's go. All right. Give me a little bit, guys. We're almost kicking things off. I won't keep you waiting too much longer. Okay. There we go. Got that. Done. It's been, I think, 2 weeks since I've been live with you guys? And last month, too. Oof. What I'm excited for, though, is really the rest of the year and 2025. So much going down. Oh, man, what's up, Vargas? What's up? What's happening? All right, guys, need another 90 seconds and we'll kick this off. Out of curiosity, for everyone that's on here, how many of you are already subscribed? How many of you guys are just maybe following me on another social media page? Or how do you get access to this stream? Do you get on this stream because of Telegram, Instagram, just YouTube, doing YouTube things? What is it? How do you guys plug in here? Let's see here. Telegram. Oh, Nancy's on. What's up? Yeah, I feel like Telegram gets a lot of people. Subscribe for life. Let's go. Sick. Infinite. Telegram, Instagram. Okay, cool. Good to know. Telegram powerhouse. All right, sick. Telegram, Instagram, school, everywhere. Ooh, school. Spoilers. That free community coming soon though. All right, cool. So I think that is about it for me. All right, let's go live. Let's get this thing going. Telegram, Powerhouse. Well, look, guys, it's festive. Nance has done a good job. Got the tree up. There's a whole bunch of presents for all the homies in there. Hopefully I can give you guys some presents here with some setups. We'll see what's going on right now. About to go through quite a bit of material, so excited for that as well. No me salen. If you send links, si me envían enlaces, no salen aquí. Yeah, it's kind of the downside with this. So once I have the free community up, you guys can send links through there too. So I'll have a post there so you guys can just drop the links when we do sessions like this. Okay, so yeah, I got a couple good setups for you guys, and it's gonna be all over the place. So majors, metals, commodities, crypto. Yeah, we'll be kind of everywhere. So it'll be good. All right, here we go. What's up, Edgar? Blip. And all right, you guys will be seeing my screen here as of right now. Boom. Nice tan. Am I looking? Yeah, I do look brown, right? Oh, I'm toasty. Let's go. I didn't even notice. Let's get it. All right, cool. So guys, I mean, how's it going? How's it going? It's been a little bit. Markets have been blessing. For whatever reason, I've been trading Audusd a ton. I think I took like 3 or 4 positions last week on that. Crypto, we finally broke through 100. I don't think I was live here for 100K, so that was awesome. Today we hit like 107, so it was sick. Alt's struggling a little bit, but stocks are pumping. Tesla's going absolutely nuts. Spotify, Shopify, a lot of it. I mean, we'll go over a whole bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, we got a lot going on. I mean, indices have been doing their thing. NASDAQ, all-time highs. Again, US 30 kind of doing the exact opposite. So we'll dive into that as well. But, yeah, really what I want to know right now from you guys is what's on your mind. What's the setup of what pairs, what assets do you guys want me to look at? I have a couple things already lined up, and I'm going to dive into that as well. But is it a Christmas tree? Yeah, put it up a couple weeks ago. I think December 1st we put that tree up, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't even think it was December yet. We were just hyped. All right, cool. So what's up, everybody? Miriam, Carlos, what's good? Stocks, yeah. Let me know. All right. So if you have any setups, send them my way, and I'll go through them. So right now we're gonna kick things off with the majors. I think a lot of you, most people, they like to trade one of these, one or the other. And so Audusd has been interesting, very interesting. And here's why. It's been a minute, and we've been waiting. And I wanted to see if we were going to get, hold on, one last minute. Got to close one more thing here. Here we go. I wanted to see if we were going to be able to swing this idea. Audusd really worked its way low all the way down to here. I was looking for some buys over here, and I really wasn't getting any shifts in momentum. So I finally got some 15-minute ones, and thanks to the way I managed my stop loss, we were able to play that out pretty well. But there's definitely not been the swing trade opportunity. You know, we've seen the dollar just go in one direction for months now. And the nice thing is we've been able to catch some of these sells, and even on the buys, because of the way that we kind of traded the correlating pairs, it's been playing out pretty good. A couple L's here and there, but the win rate's been honestly pretty solid for dollar pairs. Now, right now, if I'm going to dive into this, and we're going to look at kind of the higher time frame across the board, Audusd did work its way down to prices we haven't really seen since 2023. So we are trading at this area very, very, very low from here. You know, we're possibly seeing ourselves go into these COVID levels. So I'm really interested in seeing if we're going to get down there. As of right now, one thing that really piqued my curiosity was this trend line that was building out here for AUD USD on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, one of the things that I kept in mind here was, is the market going to lure in more money with the trend line that was building out here? And I think the buys that we're really setting up for the last couple weeks, support, trend line, we kind of had an idea that this was going to break through, and so it did. And now going into the smaller time frames, having this 1 hour setup here, right over here, we started to see how last week Audusd came up to this level here, but it was so brief. Yes, we traded above this liquidity for a few hours, but this thing just started to crash, and by the end of New York session, we ended up the day right down here. So this is kind of a sign for me that AUD USD was not going to really hold up, and we're going to keep going lower. And so we found some small time frame ideas here, and looking at this, and the reason I'm looking at Australian to start is because we're in Asian session. During these times, what do you guys already know, AUD, NZD, and JPY, these are the most active, right? You're going to get the most movement around these times. So looking at this kind of makes a lot of sense. And we can take a look at a couple other things, but to quickly go through this, AUD for me almost looks like it's ready to be a quality setup. Now, why do I say almost? Well, a few of the first confirmations that I look for a setup are aligning. So the first thing is we want to be aware of structure, and then multiple time frame structure. All the higher time frames are bearish. From the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, everything is still working its way lower. And then as we get down to the 15, this is where it's almost looking like we might go bullish. We had lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And so I want to see AUD break this high before I make any decisions about this buy. Now on its own, if you're looking at like a 5-minute time frame, this would be like the lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. So for those of you looking at more of the small time frames and you're wanting to play this out, I totally get it. And this could be a play, but there are other factors that can change this scenario. Ideally, I would want to see a 15-minute close. If we get above here and we can actually have the market give us some demand. So like one of the most common misconceptions I've ever seen, and I still see and I will always see, is the idea of structure and how to qualify just quality structure. And for me, you don't really know, the trend isn't established until there's true demand. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, if you're looking at a 5-minute time frame, and here, for example, people think, let's say the market does this, okay? So this is a combination of live analysis, possible live trading, and obviously just education on how the market dynamics on their own. So if you're looking at only the 5-minute, you have lower low, lower high, lower low. The market gets below. At this point in time, what's up everyone pulling in? Welcome. Appreciate everyone here that's liking and subscribing and doing all that YouTube stuff. But at this time, when you see this lower low, most people think, okay, it's a lower low. This is going to continue bearish. If I get a pullback, then I'll sell off again. But as I've taught you guys, you need more than just a quick move down, right? You want there to be demand. You want there to be actual exchange of buyers and sellers at these prices. So when market gets below this low, so basically when it got below 0.6350, is there actual demand at these prices, or was it just a kind of flash in the pan situation? Was this just a brief moment? This just lured in? Was the reason behind this drop actually just to liquidate buyers or to lure in sellers before the market did its thing? So what we want to have price actually trade below here for a sufficient amount of time. A quick spike down and up, that's not going to do it for me. And so this is what we end up seeing. If you just are convinced that this is now bearish, then you look for sells here, maybe a break and retest sell, or somewhere in here. People start selling, and all of a sudden they get liquidated because it gets above the high. This is a common place for stop losses at the time. So okay, cool. So that's why we really wait for further confirmation to really see the demand. And in this case, there really wasn't. There was no demand at these levels. The market really just wanted to trade higher. So off it went. Now fast forward to price action, current price action. Yeah, the 5 minute's been bullish. We have that, higher high now on the 5 minute. The market's been chopping up here quite a bit. So consolidation. It's probably going to break out during this session, since this is the active session for the Australian market. However, we got to zoom out a little bit here. And why is that we got to zoom out? Because we got a lot of this price action happening during New York session. So this big move up here, right, this happened during New York session. The 1 hour is still bearish, the 15 minutes still bearish, but the 5 minutes started to go a little bit bullish. Right, so now we are seeing a shift in momentum. However, we do want to consider other pairs. During New York session is when the market started to kind of flip its momentum. So could NZD-USD, could Euro-USD, could GBP-USD, could one of these other pairs be moving similarly, if not have a better setup? Well, let's check it out. NZD-USD. So NZD-USD was already moving kind of bullish. When we had this spike down at that New York open time, this didn't go below those lows. This came into some imbalance and then continued to rally. So this is already looking a bit more bullish. Price also did get a bit higher briefly. Okay. Well, what about Euro-USD? Now this is where things get a lot different. Euro-USD did get above these previous highs. Euro-USD, not only did it spike down into this imbalance, which if you were on the live session this morning, I talked about us getting a reversal off of here. If it was a entry model for you, then you took it and you're probably feeling pretty good right now. If it wasn't your entry model, no worries, but you are aware of the market rebalancing and how that can create reversals. So cool. Now what we're seeing is not only did we spike down, but the market has continued higher above here, and it's traded above also this previous high. So now we're seeing how Euro-USD is creating a bullish environment. Not only did the small time frame, break the structure, but we got above where we've seen price for really the last week or so. So comparing now Euro-USD to AUD-USD, could we have a good opportunity? So let's take a look. We can always use Fibonacci too, just to see where are we in the retracements. Is the market going to give us a good setup? So take a look at Euro-USD, guys. Euro-USD did the following. From Friday, it was just moving sideways, building up tons of equal lows, tons of support. So there's just a lot of retail positions building up at this 1.048085 level. Great. Right after New York Open, the market spikes down. It rebalances here, and then immediately rips right to the upside. So here we can see right in this moment, the market gaps down to trade into this area. Okay, so we see it go down there. So now we see the sweep of the low. This pushes down. We see the market rally, and it's even giving us a higher high on multiple time frames. Not only did it move sideways, but it just kept pushing higher. So we'll have really the ultimate confirmation will be with price action. So once we get near the zone, we'll have a good idea. So if Euro-USD is going to be the play, if this is going to be the one that sets up, then by the time we work our way down to these levels, Euro-USD should be getting back down to here last. So you should see other pairs with the dollar work their way down, but kind of be the first ones down. Euro-USD should be the last one to get to this area before any buys can play out. And you'll see it with, for example, if we look at Audusd, Audusd will probably get down to here before we see Euro USD do something like that. So Audusd right now looks like it can play off of this zone here eventually. So at the moment, it looks like Audusd would get here first. I wouldn't want to take that. What's up, Kev? Now, if you look at NZD/USD, could be NZD/USD. Euro USD just looks so much more bullish at the moment. This is why it kind of looks like the better play. All right, so let's see here. Now let's take a look at GBP/USD, because GBP/USD also could be setting up really well. And look at that, GBP/USD is looking quality. And on top of that, GBP/USD has already set bullish structure on higher time frames. So not only is this lower time frame a good idea, but we already started to see GBP/USD go from lower lows and lower highs to higher highs. We've already seen a shift in momentum. When we got this pullback recently, the market did the same thing. It was moving sideways, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows on the 15, and we finally just broke above structure, and now we're definitely extremely bullish over here. Everything relatively is efficient. There is a little bit of imbalance here, so we'll see what's going on there. But as of now, we saw GBP/USD during New York session sweep the lows. So you see the market sweep liquidity, balance out, immediately rips to the upside. Right now, GU offering quite the setup. And I like this risk to reward because we have a big spike up here that we haven't really gotten back to. So the market spikes up pretty aggressively right over here. And it doesn't seem like we've closed that buy, that smart money buy out here. So I do think that there's big money over here that they gotta close their positions. So for us to get a good reaction here, we could definitely take a huge rip to the upside. So right now, I'm tentative, right? I'm in between ideas. It could be, so basically what I'm looking at is I think the dollar at some point should gain some strength, bringing us back to this area. The question now is it going to be GBP/USD? Is it going to be Euro USD? What about the Asian session pairs? Could it be one of these? So we'll keep our eye out on that. And again, to just reemphasize, I'm going to take a position on whichever one of these assets, whichever one of these pairs gets to this zone last. The one that's the most delayed, it's the laggard. That's really the one. So is this making sense, guys? Is anything clicking for anybody? Are the setups like just looking super clean? Because what I look for, like I just look for the cleanest setups possible. Now this is one entry model for me, and this is the one that I like to duplicate the most because I just have had the most success with it. So there you guys have it. This is basically a breakdown of the dollar. Dani, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal de Medellín? Why the last one? So check this out. If other ones get to this zone, the majority will probably reverse. But the question is about the stop loss. Where do you place your stop loss? So the reason I take whatever one gets to the zone last is because that's already giving us signs that they could be the least bearish. If other ones are dropping more aggressively, then you can already tell like there's just more sell pressure in those pairs. But if GU, for example, let's say this is the one that gets here after all the other ones, that means that this is the one that's most likely to stay within the zone. It's the one that's most likely to not wick us out. And this is a way we can get some quality reversals. That's why. How many times have you guys taken a position and then you get wicked out and then it runs? But then you look at another pair that is correlated, it moves pretty similar, and you realize like, oh no, GU worked out, but I was trading Euro. Or you were trading US 30 and US 30 and NASDAQ are really similar, but the NASDAQ played out and US 30 just wicked you out. So it's for that reason. Yeah, I always wait for the lagger, for sure. So looking at these other ones, I mean, it's a similar situation. I was waiting to see if I was gonna take USD CAD, but USD CAD just didn't really give it didn't break structure, like it dropped, because USD CAD, all the pairs that start with the dollar are gonna move kind of the opposite as the ones that end with the US dollar, not perfectly, but similarly. So here we didn't quite get a break of anything, and it didn't reject, it mitigated, so it definitely closed the buyout when it reversed here. So I'm not looking for anything else. I think I'm okay with just kind of waiting this out. And the other pairs just didn't quite shift momentum the same way. Now this brings us to gold and silver. Now I wanted to take a gold buy here. However, this just missed my entry by so little. And that's kind of been a common factor with gold. And gold and I have been bumping heads a little bit. And the good thing is I haven't really been losing. If anything, all of these setups are playing out really well. The precision has been just slightly off. So one thing I've noticed at least with gold lately, doesn't mean it's going to always be like this, but it's been getting to our reversal zones, but just wicking into them. So for example, here's where where money comes in to push price down. Oftentimes we'll get a reversal in where we've seen some demand in the past, but this supply, but not this time. Just played off of here where the open of the sell-off and then reversed. So unfortunately for me, it didn't wake me in, and it is what it is. Silver was really similar. Silver has been struggling to stay bullish. It's been a bit more bearish. So right now, I think silver will wick down one more time. It seems like silver's building on some liquidity. So I think we're going to push below this and then maybe see a reversal. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see that. And that could also do something similar with gold. Look at how gold built out this liquidity, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a reversal off of this area here. We saw a big push down, and let me zoom in just a little bit more. I'm going into like the smallest of time frames. I'll go like to 1 minute. So take a look at this, guys. On the 1 minute time frame here, this was basically the beginning. So the market here it just drops from here, clears everything out one last time, and then really runs. And not only that, though, when the market drops and pops off, we don't really get any rebalances here. The market stays pretty inefficient. And so usually the market wants to play out of these zones. So I do think that we can see that clear those lows, especially because we're just seeing metals, silver dropping. I think if silver dumps and clears out this liquidity here, just maybe gets into this area right over here, that should bring gold down as well. And I like some buys in this area. Clearing this liquidity, simultaneously silver clearing liquidity would be perfect. Now, I would keep my stop open a bit. I wouldn't necessarily put it here because I'm not sure if it's going to hold this. But I do think we're going to see basically the market take out these retail buyers, rack in some, it'll just accumulate more and more positions so that it can reverse. Because the big thing is this, guys, remember, if big money is going to come into the market, it needs other players in so it can swap that money. For example, the reason that liquidity builds up is because if you have a whole bunch of buyers around these prices and you have most of them getting liquidated, whether it's here or it's over here, there needs to be someone willing to give up positions, money at these prices so that someone can buy those areas. Right? If for example, if you have, I don't know, $100 million worth of positions you need to open up, you're not going to just be able to get in if no one is going to take the other side of that, or if there isn't money on the other side of that position. So I do think we could see the market reverse off of here, whether it's right over here. It might even wick lower. I'm honestly I'm not convinced that it's going to hold this, so I'm going to give myself a bit more exposure, like just to give myself a bit more. But from here, we could easily target this liquidity. So I think we should be able to see about 150 pips easy. And so if you're gonna risk 50 or so to get 150, it's a good RR. If you do think it can hold this structure pretty well, this wick, then yeah, I mean, keep a tighter stop loss and your risk reward is going to be absolutely amazing. So I like our chances going up to 26.65. I think we can definitely hit off of here. And then again, though, I just want to say, do you think the lower zone is no longer valid? I think we already played out of the zone for sure. Maybe it could play out again. Maybe it might go to where we've seen support before, which is why I think I'm going to have a wider stop, because it's possible. However, I'm willing to get in right around a little under 26.50 to kind of take this position. So yeah, that's my take here on gold. I'll share this with you guys as well. All right, so here we go. Gold, here's the setup. What I'll do actually is this. I'm going to organize everything in the Telegram. So I'll drop that here in a little bit. Let me see. See where this thing goes. Move this on over. Yeah, this Telegram's almost at 2,000. I always forget to really promote it, but sweet. Okay, so here's a link to it. Here you go, guys. I'll drop all the setups in here. So gold. And then yeah, you guys manage your stops the way you normally would, whatever makes sense to you. All right, so we got setups from the live stream. Okay, cool. So I'll pin the Telegram to the top, so you guys, it'll just be easy. Okay, so from here, we'll see what happens. We'll wait. Maybe it plays out today. Maybe it plays out London session. If it's London session, then I'm just going to miss it, but that's fine, because I want to be able to manage it. Peso, I wanted to take sells in here. It happened perfectly. Like, it came into this imbalance so beautifully. Like, take a look at this thing. Look at this, just right there. Boom. Rebalanced perfectly, worked its way down, and the amount of liquidity here on the dollar peso is pretty intense. There's a lot of buyers at this 2010 level. This is like thin ice right now. This is straight up thin ice. I don't know how much longer it's gonna hold, but this thing is probably gonna break through, and I'm curious if it's gonna break through and just respond off of this order block we have right here. Here you have just some positions lined up. Check this out. Let's see. All right, so yeah, right around here, I think we could see a nice little reversal. See, let me go green here. Yeah, this is nice. Right around here. So from here, I think we can rebalance. We can go into the 1 hour and see kind of what that looks like. Now, again, this is not a typical entry model for me. I'm just walking you guys through the reason the market could find some efficiency here. So when the market was originally, so imagine you don't see any of this. Actually, I'll bar replay it for you guys, just so you guys can kind of understand the way the market, the psychology behind the market, why money moves the way that it moves. So the market at this time had been dropping. So imagine you're looking at this. This is happening live for you. And you're seeing the dollar peso here sweeps the highs, comes crashing down. Like, whoa, price is going crazy, right? What's going on over here? So you have this going on. The market's dropping and dropping and dropping, and then it finds some support. So here, what do you see? One candle pops up to here. It's the 1 hour. So this is where you had the so much support. So this is the break. A lot of people that trade break and retest, this is where they'd be opening their sells. So this is the retest of the support of what used to be a floor. It turns into a ceiling. That's the retail mindset. So what happens? The market starts to drop from here. It looked good. It's like, oh, okay, wait, is this going to happen? Especially people on the 15-minute, pretty common time frame. They're seeing their bearish candlestick pattern, so they're like, all right, cool, this is it. And then all of a sudden it keeps going. And then it just never came back. So from this moment, you know sellers came into the market here. Like, that is very obvious. So at this point, this is why I think we might get a reversal from that area, is because now there's so much money here that if price breaks through, there's going to be enough all of those stop losses, there's enough money so that if the market does get to here, it can reverse pretty aggressively. So I do think we might see reversals, whether it's out of here, maybe it breaks below this and it plays into this area. But considering that we kind of rejected off of here, it might not do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market does get a pretty good reversal here. How you set your stop loss, that's going to be up to you. But yeah, I think I could see us seeing a nice play right out of the zone over here. Again, stop loss is going to be up to you guys. Play that as you wish. But this, I think, would sweep and then probably start pushing higher. So up to you guys if this is something you like. Again, I'm just pointing out some of the inefficiencies in the market, the imbalances, where the market could kind of be, what are kind of like the magnets of the market. From here, where would this go? The market's already pretty effective here. This is where we last saw a big push up, a drop, and we haven't really, gotten any efficiencies over here. So there's definitely money sitting over here with the US dollar peso, and you can just see it right here. This is where, again, we can zoom into the past, good understanding, because all we're really looking for, all the time, guys, is where's the money? That's the easiest question that you have to ask yourself. Where's the money? And then the question is, we're talking about two types of money. Where's the retail money? And where is the smart money? That's all we're constantly looking for. Do we understand the overall direction of the market, long term, short term? And do we understand where both sides of the money are at? So I think we could see something like this with USD. If you're looking for something more minimal, like a more of an intraday exit, then I think just getting up to these levels could also be an idea. The market still has some imbalance up here. So 1023 or 2023. So this could also be the next area of imbalance that I don't think we've gotten to quite yet. So if you wanted to, let's say look for some sort of exit of some sort, I would say this is probably the next area of focus as well. Could be right there. All right, so yeah, this is kind of is what we got going on. So something like this could be a great exit. Let's see. So I'll just mark it up here to the zone. From here, you might see some reversals, maybe not, we'll see. And then let's see if it rallies. Okay, that is peso. I think the liquidity sweep is definitely an option. I would take some partials or take complete. I right around this area though. Any questions, guys? Any thoughts? Let me know. Any suggestions? Do you guys want me to look at something specific? I am taking specific setups right now. Requests. We'll get into crypto here in a second. I want to run through this. All right, so now looking at indices, we're almost there. I think we're almost down to where I thought we were going to get to, whether it was today or tomorrow. But we had a last spike down here, November 21st. It's like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. Yeah, 3 weeks ago here. And so spiked down, the market popped off. There's definitely imbalance here, and you can see it. US 30 has made like the most perfect downtrend here. Like if you're a retail, you are loving this. Pullbacks, entries, pullbacks, entries, pullbacks, entries. So yeah, I mean right now this is just so smooth. Bearish structure. It's the opposite of NASDAQ. US 30 is bearish, NASDAQ's bullish. And so from here, right now, I don't necessarily have an opportunity that I'm waiting for with US 30. US 30 is very choppy, a lot of sideways movement. I think there's been just potential for liquidity here. So this, yes, it's pulling back, but it might just sweep something here before it drops again. So keep that in mind. Structure is definitely bearish. So a sell in here or something could be nice, like especially maybe trading over here. But I do think we have higher zones that we can look for. Now, NASDAQ left us a little present here. NASDAQ, NQ, especially for those that are trading futures, right? NQ. This gave us a nice sweep of liquidity, rebalanced, and then just ripped again. The buy happened right after the open. If you caught that, epic. You caught a couple hundred points. And then about an hour after New York Open, 45 minutes, we had another sweep before it ripped again. So taking a look at this, NASDAQ looks like a clear opportunity here. Now, for me, I don't trade these ideas unless I'm aware of where US 30, NAS, and S&P are at, because they're not completely independent from one another. They definitely have correlation or inverse correlation. And so I like to be mindful of how they're trading, and that way I can, take the best setup. Just like when you look at Euro and Euro USD and GBP USD, similar situation when it comes down to indices. So NAS as of right now looks like the best setup. Maybe we get down here tomorrow, maybe to Wednesday. So I'll just stay mindful. But yeah, NAS 100 is looking pretty solid at the moment. Just gotta wait, be patient on this one. And then, I mean, for those of you that are on with me live during, our live sessions in the mornings, you're set. We'll be watching this in the moment, and I'll be live all week this week. No more cruise. We're back at home, so we're good to go. However, like I'll tell you what, I did get to stream one of those days while I was on the cruise, and it was dope. Like, it was so cool. Starlink is pretty solid. It's not perfect when you're in the middle of the ocean. That was like next to Cuba, taking a NAS buy or something. It was sick. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like even on a cruise, if you're flying, like you still have access to the internet, so like you can leverage those moments. Also, I'll tell you what, I think I had to pay like $180 or something for your internet on just my phone or my computer, each device. So the good thing is we make money off of these devices, so it was like it was worth it, obviously. But yeah, crazy. Okay, S&P actually did hit off of here. I was waiting to play this. It was the same moment, literally the same setup between NAS and S&P, except that S&P had the US 30 sell off, because the S&P like splits. The price action is kind of like, it's just the middle child. I always say it's the middle child of the indices. So at some point, the second half of the day, it went bearish with US30. Those of you that have our Ideas app, I think Nina caught that. All right, so oil, where are we at? Oh, silver already doing work. Okay. Are we gonna get it set up in the moment? Could it be? All right, silver working its way down. Where is gold? Gold gently working its way lower. I gotta see gold get a little closer. We'll set a couple more alerts so I can look at other things, and then let's see what happens. So silver just starting to crack under this liquidity. I want to see if it gets below into this imbalance. All right, cool. So I'll check back in later on and see where we're at with that. The last thing I want to look at is oil. Oil has just been building up so much liquidity here. So the same thing, right? We've been seeing all of this, like just tons and tons of actually, I'll just draw it up from here. But a lot of enticement, a lot of inducement of retail buys. So, and we also had a huge sell-off here with oil. So I do think there's a possibility that we see some reversals around here. So yeah, I think we have opportunity later. I don't know if it's gonna be, I doubt it's gonna be today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. So this is a possible play. To me, look, we already kind of rejected this. So I think we were already relatively efficient here. If you wanted to set your stop a little wider, I would get it. But I think we're already pretty efficient. So if it plays out, it plays out here. We got higher highs on Friday. And then again, as Friday closed out, we gapped down here though. So as the new day started, we did gap down. So there's definitely more of a gap to get filled over here, and I think we can get there. 3.5 R around this setup is still pretty quality to me, so I think we can get a pretty good idea here. So yeah, this is a setup. You guys may have your stop loss a little different. It's up to you. This is how I'm gonna have it right now. 3.5 R, pretty solid. And then again, I'm adding it to the list of setups here on. I haven't published it yet on my Telegram, but it's there. The link is pinned at the top, guys. And that's oil, yeah. So oil, pretty much set in stone. Gold working its way lower, silver working its way a little bit lower. We really might get this setup here. That's cool. Maybe it just plays off the structure, but I want to get this right at this area here for sure. I think silver dropping another 5-10 pips could push gold down another 40, 50. Honestly, guys, we might just rebalance from here. Let's see. Oh, no. No, I think it's going to play out. So, yeah, we'll have that there. Give it some time. I'm about to wrap this up, so I'm not really going to go too deep into it. Well, we'll see what happens, right? Because I do want to set this up. So, actually, guys, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually going to swap my camera to my not as good camera real quick here. Because I do want to set up this idea for those of you that are unfamiliar. Oh, this one's so much worse, but that's whatever. But yeah, I send ideas out on this app, on our trading app all the time. And I want to do that with this gold idea. It looks pretty solid. All right. What do you guys? What's up? What's up with y'all? Y'all are quiet right now. Focused, locked in. BTC, ETH, altcoins, Mike. All right. So while I type this up, I guess I'll pull up the details on my other screen here. While I type this up, I'll start breaking down some of the things that I see on Bitcoin. All right, so we got, let's get into the cryptos. Now, before I dive into this, and I think this is usually where I start to lose people, because for some reason, y'all don't just, I don't know why y'all are fading crypto, it's crazy. But like every time on stream, I start to get into crypto and y'all leave. It hurts my soul. But let your people know, we're about to dive into some crypto here, and what we can be seeing. Now, we'll start with just Bitcoin price action, and then we'll dive into a couple other things that are very important regarding crypto in general. So, all right, who's currently invested? Who's currently locked in right now to Bitcoin? Who's in crypto right now? Who's enjoying the fruit of your labor of just plugging in for the last couple years, maybe the last couple months even. But yeah, what a move. Now, so Bitcoin recently has been very, very bullish. We saw ourselves, crack the November's all-time high. We cracked it starting the December 4th, got up to 103,000. And then just yesterday, we broke above 104 again to hit 106. And then today we hit all-time highs again. So for the third time, this is the third day we've made all-time highs. And so yeah, we're definitely ripping, absolutely just going crazy. And if you've noticed though, the last week or so, Bitcoin's been going up, but altcoins have not. Altcoins have not. And it's not that surprising. And here is why. This is the question that a lot of people are asking, like, why are altcoins not doing it? Is altcoin season over? In my opinion, altcoin season hasn't even started. We're actually just about to see it start. And so there's something called Bitcoin dominance. And this is basically how much of the total market cap, so how much basically Bitcoin runs of the total market cap. And it is quite a lot. So to give you perspective, you got to zoom out quite a bit here. Back in 2020, in December 2020, we pumped up to here, and then this is almost 75%, so 73%. Bitcoin was 73% of the total crypto market cap. Now, after that happened, Bitcoin started to lose a lot of its dominance over the space. And it kept chopping down until it finally gave us a shift in momentum. We started to see, okay, altcoins are now here, and this is what caused massive movement. This is where all the money came pouring into the altcoins, and you see Bitcoin started losing its share over the total market cap. Now, it's normal for Bitcoin to own less and less of the total share of the market cap as more cryptos are made, as just a lot happens, right? So much starts to happen. So I was actually expecting either two things, either us to lose some of that momentum here, which is exactly what we saw happen, or for us to get all the way up to here. So we were just a little short. We got just above 60% before the market started to come back down. So what this showed us was that basically on the daily time frame, or the 4 hour, whichever we want to take a look at here, but in this perspective, the market finally went bearish. The total market cap, Bitcoin finally went and made lower lows on the total amount that it had. And when I saw this was to me the first signs of an alt market starting. Now, when all of this was happening, this is where alts started to go crazy. Bitcoin would make the smallest movement, and alts would just pop off. Right now, we're seeing the opposite effect. Bitcoin makes movement, alts are almost unaffected. And so I think that's going to keep happening until we get back up to these areas, until we are up into this 60% level again. And here is, I think, is where we're going to start seeing alts start to do its thing. So if Bitcoin starts to rise, you're going to see alts start to go off as well. So cool, not a big deal. But I do think we're almost at the beginning of this altcoin season, like where things are really going to start to go crazy. Now, to give you a different perspective, there's, instead of looking at just Bitcoin chart, you can actually chart the entire crypto market. And you can look at it through the different lenses, whether it's all of the crypto market as a whole, which again is seeing all-time highs, whether you want to look at the market without including Bitcoin, then you can see that it's kind of struggling. It's not as bullish if you take out Bitcoin. And then as you eliminate more and more of the bigger players, you can kind of get a bigger take. And this now brings us to the others chart. This excludes the top 10. So this is probably the most effective way of looking at the altcoin market cap. So if you want to kind of get a good idea of like, okay, maybe you like a certain altcoin, maybe you like, Chainlink, maybe you like some AI coins, some big ones like Fetch, maybe like Injective, Optimism, those bigger coins, not quite in the top 10, but definitely in the top 100, then you're noticing that these are kind of struggling. So here's what I see right now with the market. I do think we're still bullish. I don't think we're, things are going south or anything like that. But I do think we're going to see the market come back down to those spikes that we saw about a week ago. And the market crashed and then started to pop off. I think we're going to get back down to these areas in this market in general, and then see some reversals. So I would expect us to get back under 375 billion in the others market cap. And so that would just take us, again, way higher. The good thing too is, if we're looking at the others market cap, so basically the top from the 11th highest crypto to the rest of it, we left equal highs. So there's definitely motive for the price to go higher. Also, we haven't broken the all-time highs yet. So this run that we're in right now, we haven't even cleared the all-time highs from the last run. From 2021, we haven't even gotten above that. So think about this. The total market cap currently is already sitting 25% above the previous all-time highs, whereas the total, the altcoins market cap is still not quite there. It's still 10% below the all-time high. So I do think we have a lot more to go. Just to give you guys perspective, the last cycle, we saw the altcoin market cap grow by from the all-time highs of 2017, 2018, the market grew 250%. So 3.5x. The market growing 3.5x this time would bring us to a cool well over 5 trillion total market cap. This is just total too. This is including ETH. Now, if we're thinking, for example, here, just to give you guys perspective again, outside of the top 10, the market grew here over 500%, so 6x. If the others market cap, which is just everything outside of the top 10, would do the same thing, guys, you're looking at, I need more room on this chart. Like, this is what we're looking at right now. Just to give you guys some perspective. I think I still need more room on this. It's not even enough yet. Now you guys tell me, is this far-fetched or is this a possibility? Could the market approach 3 trillion in total market cap? This is outside of the top 10. Is this a possibility? There's a whole different type of money in this game now. It's not the same. Let's see. Target if growth replicates previous cycle. So this is what we're looking at. This is comparing it, right? No, obviously it was a lot smaller before, but that's what it was. This was the birth of, basically the birth of a lot of altcoins, was this move. But now here's the thing. A lot of those altcoins are no longer even here anyways. So this is what we're looking at. Right around 3 trillion. Imagine your current holdings from right now growing by 6-7x. I think it's pretty likely. I don't think this is a far-fetched idea, especially considering that we're like, think about who's involved now. You have the biggest money in the planet now in the game. Okay, what if it doesn't do that, but it does half of that? You're still looking at 3, 4, 5x everything. So the question then becomes, well, okay, where should I get in again? Should I get in again? I like ideas down here. I like under 375 billion. You can wait a little bit longer if you want to get into this. Now there is a lot of liquidity stacking up here. This did break through it briefly. Maybe we pull back even further. Originally I was like, maybe we'll get back to Super Tuesday, price action, elections. I don't think that's going to happen this cycle anymore. I really don't think that's likely to happen. Maybe 300 billion, but yeah, if I'm, playing with this, if you got extra capital, stuff, of course, that you're just unattached to, yeah, I would say us dropping under 380 billion back down here, you see the markets, you see your cryptos drop another, 7-8% or so, make a play. But that's what I'm saying right now. So, but that's the reason. If you guys are thinking, wait, why is Bitcoin going up but nothing else is going up? It's because it's taking over dominance, and that's also charted out. Like, it made sense. It was time for Bitcoin dominance to get a pullback, and so we should see it happening soon. But anyways, that's obviously on a more general standpoint. Drop your favorite cryptos, and I'll just quickly look over a couple things there. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead. Looks like gold is working its way lower again. Cool. I think we're going to see gold get into that zone sometime, probably in the next couple hours. But, all right, so, for example, I know some of the bigger holdings. For Sol, let's see here. Yeah, a lot of these are already down here. So Sol under 200 looks fantastic. Maybe like Sol under 190. If it crashes to 175, good God. And it might even. I wouldn't bet on it. I think under 195 is probably a good play on Sol if you guys are, if Sol is your thing. If you're looking at things like, let's say Jupiter, again, I mean, under $1 is so good. For those of you guys that have been here with me, you guys have seen we've been adding that. We've been stocking up JUP since it launched, which was under 50 cents. For those of you on Bonk, we've been in Bonk since way down here, 0.00011. That's when I first initially talked about Bonk. Bonk, this obviously is a meme, but it's like the main meme for Sol, the face of it, in my opinion. This, we might be getting down again into the 33s, 32s. I'd be good on that. Ponky, this one's an extremely volatile one. Same thing. So yeah, I mean, guys, I think, again, anything drops 5 to 10%, good scoops for sure. Let's see, I'm looking at what you guys have any you want me to look at. Aave, Matic. All right, cool. So if you had, for example, Aave, I haven't looked at Aave in a bit. Oh, this popped off. What? Sheesh. This went crazy. So in terms of market cap, I don't know exactly if their market cap and their price is very much the same. It might not be because of dilutions. It might not be. Oh no, it is sick. Okay, so yeah, if we do see a good drop, you might get Aave dropping back somewhere into this imbalance. Probably not going to be a full pullback. So look, a lot of these DeFi plays popping off. Nice. You guys asked me about ETH. Yeah, so ETH under 3750, I can definitely see 3700. Looks good. ETH 3700 looks fire. Doge. You might get a sweep on Doge. There might be a liquidity sweep here. So you might see this go under 36.5 and then rip. I don't have any Doge, but it's really volatile. Damn. It's crazy. It's really volatile. This consolidation here on Doge is like a 40% move. That's pretty hefty. Yeah, seeing it sweep under, going into right 36.35. It's probably gonna go pretty aggressive after that though. I'm not a Doge holder, but I wouldn't be surprised if Doge does when it gets up into here, like the 60-ish. Because this kind of squeeze is going to be either huge to the upside or big to the downside. So, yeah, something like that I think is definitely a possibility. Let me see if... I don't know how the supply circulates on Doge. I think it's fully diluted, which means that... basically, it's all running. It's all already in motion. Like everything was in circulation since the beginning. Alright, whatever. Doge. Number 7 in market cap. Circulating supply. Yeah, it's basically all already out there. So these should be market cap and the chart should be basically identical. Gold. Oh, okay. So our gold setup is like cooking right now. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap up with this. I'm going to put this back on the screen. We're starting to see gold work its way lower. I think this is going to push silver down as well. I should have been doing my idea right now, and instead I totally forgot to do that. But because I got, I was working with y'all here. So you got gold pushing its way aggressively to the downside. And then I think silver should be following suit. So let's see where silver's at. All right, so silver, actually, take a look at this. There we go. Yeah, silver dropping too. Perfect. So, yeah, let me set up this idea, guys. I mean, we can just hang out here while I mark this up. But yeah, this idea goes out to well over 10,000 people. So now again, it's just my take. It might not be right. We'll see what happens. So yeah, 2648-ish, like right around the zone. I'd say 2649 to 2650. .75. That's the zone. It's got to break through that low. And then in validation, like with my stop, I'm personally looking at just giving this a bit like under, like I want to see, I'm okay with giving myself about 50 points or so for a stop on this one. I do want to see silver crack that low. So it looks like silver's going to continue to push. So we just built up liquidity again. I think this is luring in buyers one last time. Yeah, this lures in buyers one last time. Silver still kind of creating these lows. Yeah, I think we're going to crack through once more. Yeah, we rejected once pretty strongly right now. These are some tight zones too. Nothing too crazy. Rejected strong. And then, yeah, so if it does go through again, I'm going to say, let's say we take a position here. Yeah, actually it's like a 40, yeah, like a 40 pip stop. And then this here giving us at least to this equal highs, well over a basically a 3.69 RR. This is, I'm definitely down for this. So something like this, smooth sailing for me. FIDA I think is gonna go crazy. I think it's so small, like market cap is tiny. So it's got potential. XRP, that's right. I didn't look at XRP. Give me a second, guys. Let me drop this, and I got you. So if I was to take this, if I'm an intraday trader, that first exit is nice and easy. That 1R exit is light work. That looks like easy money there. And then, yeah, the full extension, just even this could still be intraday in my opinion. And more than likely, it shouldn't be a swing. And you're looking at 2664 point. Okay. So gold, buy, limit, invalidation, 40 to 50 pips. And then marking this up. What do you guys think? Anybody gonna take this one with me, or am I flying solo on this one? And honestly, not even mad if you're not taking this. Follow your system, follow your plan. That's what matters the most, in my opinion. Gotta know what works for you most often. At the end of the day, even our entry strategies might be similar, but our exits could be different. How you place your stop might be different. So yeah, all of those things, keeping that into consideration is really important. All right, so there's the link. All right, guys, so here it is. Waiting again, this has to drop more for me to get in there, but what I will do is I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing. I'm gonna post this in the Telegram. So there you go. All right, all set in stone there. The Telegram is pinned at the top, and then you guys can get the ideas there. That way you can just have them the whole time. But yeah, awesome guys. Good chopping it up with you. Looks like this could get close as throughout the next couple of hours. The one thing I didn't do today, which is strange, but I didn't look at fundamentals with you guys. And so just so you guys are ready for the week, let's look at this one more time. If I'm not mistaken, we have a big week ahead of us because we have FOMC. FOMC, interest rates, the statement, the conference, the whole shebang. We'll have some movement tomorrow, more with GBP, CAD, and USD. And then we'll have, unemployment to wrap things up on Thursday. So some quality, Wednesday, this is the final FOMC, before the last FOMC under President Joe Biden, and so we'll see. This is the last one before things really kick off. So this will be a very interesting one. I think we'll probably get cut down again another quarter, but things should be very interesting. We'll have a better idea on setups tomorrow, Wednesday morning, New York session, to take advantage of FOMC. So for all of you that are members, make sure you're locked in the next couple of days so that we can take advantage of tons of volatility that should be coming our way. I know a lot of people don't like to trade. Smash that like button, y'all. This got dropped in fire. I appreciate that. Dicen, ¿cuál es la manera correcta para portafolio? Bitácora de portafolio. Nancy va a sacar una para ustedes. Entonces, but yeah, stay tuned, guys. Stay locked in. Don't lose focus. For me, December is always a great month. I think for smart money traders, you'll see a lot of these, like you'll see the market raid tons of liquidity. And so I think that's why people struggle in December. I feel like retail just gets hit pretty hard. So, which I think is why I have a good month usually, because I'm, looking to position myself on the other side of that. But with that being said, thank you guys. Have a great session. And within the next 2 weeks, we should have the free public community live and ready to go for you guys. So yeah, take care. Peace out, fam.